Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is about signs of the fragile, the vulnerable victim narcissist. As when it comes to the fragile narcissist, these are the ones who play the victim oh so well, often leading many to sympathise with them and not walk away due to the guilt the fragile narcissist shames others into feeling when they do try to walk away from the narcissist. The fragile, vulnerable narcissist is often very easily offended. They can become very withdrawn. They play the victim oh so well. They come across as the very woe is me person. The world is against me, often showing those passive aggressive behaviours of the sulks and the silent treatments. They will guilt trip people to get their needs met. They often believe that the world is against them. They've suffered far worse than anyone else has ever suffered. They can be extremely envious of other people. They will elicit people. They will provoke. They will draw out a response or a reaction that serves the narcissist. They will evoke emotions, feelings, responses to get their needs met from other people, whether that's sympathetic attention, whether that's monetary items, whether that's to get people to do things for them that those people wouldn't ordinarily do. The fragile narcissist tends to be more emotionally sensitive to criticism than other narcissists. Most narcissists are sensitive to criticism, but it's how they handle the criticism that's different. Some will act like the criticism hasn't offended them and will plot and plan your downfall. A fragile narcissist will often be really offended by the things you say that you aren't even saying to them, that isn't even said to pull another person down. You can actually offer them a genuine compliment and they will somehow twist it into you're the one that's having a go at them. They are more obvious in having a low self-esteem and they can be depressed. Someone who's been abused by a narcissist can come across as a fragile narcissist, often from learned behaviour to protect themselves when they are actually struggling with things such as CPTSD. Fragile narcissists often get misdiagnosed with BPD. Those with BPD or CPTSD can get misdiagnosed as a narcissist. Things to watch out for are those exploitative behaviours where they are going to gain some form of response or reaction from you that serves them, whether that's a positive response or a negative response. A sense of entitlement, envious of others, self-serving. They do not take well to the word no. A lack of empathy, unwilling to care for others. They've always been through far worse, lived through far worse, had such a difficult life, and it's always somebody else's fault. They don't usually have the looks of the somatic or the intellect of the cerebral narcissist, so that they can turn towards their charm or turn towards their intellect. They tend to lean more towards intimidation. They will play the victim or they will bully people to get their needs met. The fragile narcissist can be extremely lazy, although they'll often project and accuse you of being the lazy one. If they find a partner, they will be extremely reliant upon that partner for everything, although they will claim that the partner is being reliant upon them. As with most narcissists, they will try to find someone who benefits the narcissist in some way, somehow. Someone with money because they don't work, someone with a home because they don't have anywhere to live. They can have already alienated a lot of their friends and family. However, they spin the story to those they meet of how much they did for their family, how much they did for their friends, how much their family and friends took advantage of them. The most heartbreaking part is, in some cases, this is true. If you were raised by a narcissist, you can feel like you connect with the narcissist you are meeting and reach out because you understand where they're coming from, not understanding that the narcissist is using their story to exploit you, not to gain a connection with you, to exploit you. The fragile narcissist often acts on impulse and learned behaviour for what works for them. They gaslight, lie, deny, shift the blame. They project. Like most narcissists, they have a great need to use people. The hoover from a fragile narcissist might not happen at all, or it can be one where they play the victim, claiming illnesses, that they need your help. They're going to try and guilt trip you back into the relationship. Once they realise you are no longer interested, they will seek someone new instead, as it's easier for them to play the victim with people who don't see through their lies. The fragile doesn't always embark on mass smear campaigns. If they do, it's less to get at you and more to gain sympathetic attention for themselves from those around them. The fragile narcissist often has a victim mentality. They are always playing the victim and always require a lot of sympathetic attention. They are often highly sensitive. They take offence to the slightest perceived criticism, and as narcissists do, they make everything about themselves. If you've suffered a loss, theirs was far worse. If you've had a bad day, they will bring it back onto the conversation how they've had a far worse day than you. They offer you little to no emotional support. They expect emotional support in return. They expect you to forget about all your needs, and they expect you to care for all of theirs. The fragile narcissist will often be ill, as this is the perfect excuse to get them out of doing anything. Headaches is great for them. This is a great one for a narcissist to play on, as you cannot tell whether they genuinely have a headache or not. Bad backs. If they cannot pinpoint an illness, they'll often make one up. This is why headaches are the best that most fragile narcissists will use. This is a tactic they use to gain more sympathy from those around them. The fragile narcissist's first line of defence will be those passive-aggressive behaviours, the sulks and the silent treatments, shutting people down, shutting people out, opting to use the silent treatment. So they can turn towards the pity plays and the sulks, their preferred method of manipulation to punish others. Like many narcissists, they will play the victim card because they themselves see themselves as the victim. They believe the world is against them. They believe that the world needs punishing for the way the world is treating them, not recognising their own behaviour, not taking responsibility for their own behaviour. The fragile narcissist will usually play on the woe is me, the helpless victim attitude, to con people into looking after them, to sponge off people. As they are often in debt themselves, they will usually financially abuse those who care for them. They will elicit people. They will draw out that sympathetic attention to gain financial resources from those around them. Most will financially abuse those who love them through guilt trips and pity plays. Like many narcissists, due to their inability to create internal happiness, they can have a substance abuse problem. Most people will feel sorry for the fragile or class them as a good-for-nothing. Backing up the narcissist stories that no one will give them a break, often because when people do give them a break, the fragile narcissist exploits those people and takes full advantage. Often the fragile can also resort to physical violence or punching, throwing things when they're not getting their own way. They will not take responsibility for their own behaviour, and if they do in a moment, it's only ever to get their needs met, and further down the line, it'll be your fault or someone else's fault. The fragile narcissist can be challenging to spot in society, as they are often a lot more covert in their behaviour. Their behaviour is hidden better. And because they play the victim, people often feel sorry for them. People don't want to call them out because most people have been a victim at some point in their lives. Most people have suffered some form of pain within their lives. So it's not easy to try and call somebody out who is a victim, because they could be a genuine victim. And narcissistic people will play on this to the absolute maximum. We can feel a lot more compassion for the fragile narcissist. We can feel a lot more guilt walking away from them, as they are the masters of manipulation when it comes to guilt tripping others to provoke that emotional response of guilt from you, so you daren't do what's right for you for fear of hurting the very person who's hurting you. I shall link into the description the video on 23 signs you could be dealing with a vulnerable narcissist. Any signs you notice, please do add those into the comments for those reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, then please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and understanding and support in overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.